Well, the hard times for 1047 Games and Splitgate 2 continue on with the recent announcement of more layoffs happening to the studio, as well as the game going back into beta. This announcement coming here on their Twitter page. They also made this on Discord as well. I'm going to go over all the details about this and what the future of Splitgate looks like, and it's worrying. It really is. A like and subscribe is always appreciated, so let's get right into those details. Now, this is a rather lengthy tweet, so I'm not going to read out everything. You guys, you can go find it yourself. I'm just going to give you the highlights of the need to know information from this. We've heard your feedback and we agree with you. We launched too early. We had ambitious goals with Splitgate 2, and in our excitement to share it with you, we bit off more than we could chew. We rushed certain features and made some boneheaded mistakes, and most importantly, we didn't give you the polished, portal-filled mayhem you fell in love with. I would definitely say that's the case right now with the current sentiment about Splitgate 2. The hardcore players are not really enjoying it as much as you would expect them to. The new players coming into it are not enjoying it as much as 1047 was expecting with all the different changes they made between the two games, and it kind of left both sides unhappy and leading to its player drop-off that we've seen. I mean, it's definitely one of those things. You point out the Steam DB page, you can see like right now, there are just under 1,000 people on Steam playing alone with a 60% approval rating. This has been pretty stagnant the entire time of the game's release. Like, it hasn't really gone up or down, even with the recent patches and changes. And while the game had a pretty good spike at launch right here, right around Summer Games Fest, it's just been going down and down and down, where the peak player count sits below 2,000 players on Steam. But it's not just PC numbers as well. When you go on like Xbox's most played, which my assumption is probably based off of time played, you can see right here, this is the top 50 list of games on Xbox. Splitgate 2 is nowhere to be found on this list. You actually have to go into the second page over here, where you have to really try to find where it sits currently at the moment. I covered this in my previous video, but it's gone significantly down since even last I saw it. It's not even cracking the top 100 right now on Xbox's most played games. But this is where the big news hits for Splitgate 2, saying, so we're going back to beta. We'll be heads down until early next year, rebuilding major parts of the game to capture the spirit of what made Splitgate special. That means reworking progression from the ground up, adding more portals on our maps, simplifying monetization, refocusing on classic game modes you've been asking for, and more, which we'll share soon. And there lies the real issue with the game, is that it just wasn't ready for release. Talking about reworking progression from the ground up, really the main progression is the battle pass, and while it's decent, it's just like not that compelling of stuff, and all the free stuff you can get in the battle pass is really just like nothing, like a little emblem like this. Like, no one, I don't think, really cares to grind for that kind of stuff. We're like, yeah, I would like to have some cool customization like this, but of course you're gonna have to pay for that kind of stuff, which, you know, I get it. It's a free-to-play game. They need to make money. Totally makes sense. But a lot of progression is tied to, well, your daily challenges, and they've been having a really big issue with these daily challenges just not triggering properly. And simplifying monetization is very needed with this game. Why are there so many currencies? I mean, looking at this right now, I have this currency right here, this currency as well, and also this currency, which is just, I think, actual money that you use to buy this money. It's like, why we have so many different forms of currencies in this game? I mean, ultimately, it's just to, you know, kind of get your money, obviously, because it's a free-to-play game. But like, it's really confusing. I haven't bothered with it at all. I mean, just because I'm like, I just don't have the brain space or brain power to learn a whole nother monetization or economy. The one that I currently live in the United States is enough confusion. Also, refocusing on classic modes, I think the big thing here is just that, like, while it's expansive, it also feels very restrictive of what you can actually play in Splitgate 2. Say if I wanted to play, they just added Team Deathmatch as a specific mode. They still need to have a no portal mode for new players. Definitely, I think it needs to be like a permanent mode, no matter how many people are actually playing it. But say if I wanted to play one of the various arena modes, I didn't want to play Battle Royale, I didn't want to play Team Deathmatch, but maybe I want to play Domination or something like that, or just that mode, I can't do that in this game. Like, I think you really need to start having like some kind of form of a match composer, say like Call of Duty or Halo in some kind of way, where you do have a chance to really play what you want, how you want to play the game. Right now, it gives you kind of like that illusion that there's a lot to do, but really, there isn't that much to play. You can also tell that there was a significant change with the map design as well in this game, where it feels very much more traditional 3-lane map style with accents of portals, where some of the maps in Portal 1 definitely were much more reliant on traversing with portals, utilizing that as a true mechanic, and dumbing that down, I think kind of lessened the experience of what made Portal 1 such a original type of experience, where it really felt like that classic Halo but Portals type of experience. But now it kind of feels like a little bit of Halo, a little bit of Apex Legends, a little bit of Call of Duty, and just kind of like this amalgamation of first-person shooters rather than feeling like its own true experience. Okay, so they're going back to beta, so what's the future of Splitgate 2, and actually also Splitgate 1 looking like right now? Well, I think a lot of people are not going to be very happy. Saying more than ever, we need your help. What's going to happen is that there's going to be more playtests, more surveys, and more listening, and truly being community first when it comes to their content. But I feel like this really kind of leans into what the true problem is with Splitgate 2, and I don't really know if it's something like more surveys, more playtests, and more listening is going to be really the key to what makes this game successful now. And like I stated at the top of this video, guys, some layoffs did actually happen over at 1047 Games, saying we've made an incredibly difficult decision to reduce certain roles and shift our resources to focus on this rework. Saying that was heartbreaking, and they deliver severance packages and things like that for a lot of people. But again, more layoffs, especially for a live service game, that's not a good thing to hear, because you dedicated a group for a community that you need to have of players to be able to maintain the game and also make people feel like they're a part of something that can buy into, like microtransactions and things like that. When all the news you've been hearing about Splitgate 2 has just basically been negative in layoffs, like that's not really reassuring to the player base. Like, why should I put my money into this franchise when there's obviously major struggles happening? And we know when live service games shut down, they kind of hold on to their money for the most part, because remember with Warzone 1, when that shut down back in 2023, yeah, there were no refunds given. So all that money you spent on those microtransactions and skins and stuff like that, they're just gone forever. And talking about things gone forever, sounds like Splitgate 1 is also going to be that as well. Talking about right here, saying to maintain as many team members as possible. We're also shutting down OG Splitgate servers in a month, saying that they would want to keep them on indefinitely, but it costs us hundreds of thousands of dollars over the last few years, and we have to prioritize the team, which at that point, I'm like, you know what? It sucks, obviously, especially with the recent discussion about Stop Killing Games being a really big thing out there. That's seeing another live service game being shut down. It's not good timing. But then again, it's like, it's Splitgate 1, like there's not that many people playing the game. I mean, just look at the current population right now on SteamDB, where you can see right now it's like just over 100 people are playing Splitgate 2. What, back then this game was really highly reviewed. And also just over the last year, you can see like what, 300, maybe 400 peak concurrent player count before the release of Splitgate 2 happened. So like, it sucks. Really bad timing, but I totally get it as well. Just really bad timing with the Stop Killing Games really kind of hitting like a peak momentum mark and actually getting recognized by the EU government, which seems like it would end up being shut down really just because the people in charge of that regulation are executives within the game industry. So I don't think they're very fond about trying to maintain their live service games. But game development is a slow, long process. So there are still things coming out for Splitgate 2, as they mentioned right here, saying that in the meantime, Splitgate 2 will remain playable and will still be shipping Chapter 3, as well as fixes for high priority changes when it comes to the game. So Part 3 of Season 1 is going to be releasing out there for you guys to grind out if you would like to. But I think after that, it's going to be pretty dark and pretty quiet for 1047 Games, which is a shame because I wanted to see a studio like this succeed. But it seems like they just fumbled the ball like right before going into the end zone. I'd also say just like the initial reaction for the masses out there who got a chance to really see Splitgate 2, because we were, those online small community of people who enjoy these type of games. But this was like the main stage, and a lot of people got their first impressions and seeing, well, the Make FPS Great Again hat, it's going to trigger people. I don't care how soft or snowflakey people are. People are going to be like, oh, gives a knee-jerk reaction, right? Of course, it gets your attention out there. But for just like what they mentioned in this presentation as well, it's like it was felt so combative out there, where it's like, Call of Duty sucks. I miss Halo, and Titanfall 3 should be out there as well because the industry is, so, cutthroat and things like that, which is true. But it really kind of seemed more disparaging, where they felt like they also wanted to celebrate the classic FPS out there, but also bring something new to the table. But then you release another free-to-play shooter with similar type of pricing for microtransactions and a battle royale in 2025, when you're trying to be like, we're different, we're new, we're something else out there, we're doing FPS great again kind of thing. But then you just kind of do what everyone else is doing. It just gives you a really bad feeling about what this game really is about, and if it's something you should dedicate your time to and leave your current live service game for another one. I sincerely mean it. Best of luck to the people at 1047 Games. I really want to see them succeed. I do feel like they have a really tough road ahead when it comes to getting Splitgate 2 in a place where it would get the masses of people that they're looking for to jump in and play. Because like I said in my last video, they dumped millions into this game, where it's just marketing alone. But we've seen other games out there do the relaunch strategy and actually work out. Cyberpunk 2077 was a great example of that. No Man's Sky, Final Fantasy 14, all games that really had a really huge comeback when it comes to the performance of those games. So can 1047 pull off a similar type of comeback? I mean, I hope so. But if you guys like this type of videos, make sure to like and subscribe. Always appreciate it. Made it to the end of the video. Leave a pink square in the comments to see who the real ones are that made it to the end. Thank you guys all for watching. Catch you on the next one. Peace out.